and girls. Live from the Ministry League studios in North Georgia. Each week with John the Professor Podine and Paul Superman Sperlin. And with producer Caleb Sampson behind the glass. On the Ministry League Network. And on all your other favorite platforms. Here with all your ministry talk. And the latest in news and sports. It's the John and Paul Show live.
Welcome to the John and Paul Show, brought to you by the Ministry League, ministryleague.com, and on our app at Ministry League, and everywhere on social media at Ministry League. I am Paul Sperlin. With me, as always, is John Podine, listening to the show instead of watching it and being part of it. And as was mentioned before, Caleb Sampson producing. This is the show. John, what's up?
Hey, good afternoon, Paul. Morning, whatever time it is. Man, I see that you are bundled up there because it is so cold outside right now.
It is.
A little chilly.
It is. I'm excited about it. I love the cold. I love the winter. It means a lot of good things. And so, but it is cold. It's a little chilly outside.
I think Monday it's supposed to be 25 or 26 degrees here.
Whoa.
For the low. Yeah. So I hope you love your cold coming here in just a moment.
But Paul, he wants to be on.
Oh man, for sure. But it is good to see everybody. It is good to see you, Paul, an hour down the road there in Marietta. Are you still celebrating the Braves?
Always.
I mean, I constantly the tweet I keep seeing is like, hey, just in case you forgot, it's Soler's home run that he hit out of the park in Game 6. And it's just like, yeah, it finally is beginning to feel a lot like Christmas. It is chilly, but
especially on a night when the Falcons get blanked on Thursday Night Football. You always want to look back and think, hey, at least we have the Braves. I mean, how awesome is it to be able to say that though? It's been 26 years. At least we have the Braves.
It is. It was awesome. It's glad that everybody still get to celebrate. I imagine there will be a lot of Christmas presents with Atlanta Braves gear coming.
I hope so.
You hope so? Do I need to talk to Stephanie for you?
Yes.
I need to talk to her, make sure everything's good. Well, good.
Of course, we're to the point where it's all about the kids. So.
Oh, well, yeah, that's just what happens when you get old.
No, it's what happens when you have kids.
Oh, that's true too.
Think for yourself.
Mine are in college, so what can I say? Right now, I asked Kristen the other day. I said, "So, what do you get some ideas from Kristen for Christmas?" I already bought one of her presents because she wanted to go see Harry Styles in concert in Little Rock next week. I was like, okay, you're getting good seats up front. Well, they're a little bit further back or whatever. I said, okay, cool, no problem. I was willing to spend whatever, and then I had to Venmo the money or whatever to get it. They were like $120 for like nosebleed seats. I was like, what are they doing at this concert? Are they rolling out gold necklaces for everybody or something like that?
I have a friend. His name is Dan Styles. He was the head coach there at they're on Hughes Road there for one of the high schools there in Madison.
Oh, at Madison Academy. Or at Bob Jones?
No, Bob Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I bet that'd be a cheaper ticket. Dan would love to entertain for a good hour or something. One Styles is as good as another, and shout out to the Styles family, I guess.
Oh, yeah. But I asked her what she wanted for Christmas, and she goes, well, I am a poor college student, and money will be great because the taxes in Searcy are seriously high. It must be because they're a dry county. So she goes, it adds like an extra $1.50 to a Happy Meal. So I was like, okay. Yeah. So, which I am not eating and have not eaten. Oh.
Hey, if anybody would like to sponsor some children for Christmas, I have 5.
I was going to say, Caleb's got a lot of work to do.
It's so sad that was thrown on him. You don't have a choice. You got to deal with that. That's a rough situation.
We'll have that conversation at some other point.
No.
The birds and the bees talk. Well, Paul, but before Christmas happens, and I've got to say it is one of my pet peeves that I cannot stand seeing all the stores Christmas
that guy?
Oh, I can't stand it.
Don't be that guy.
Don't do it until after Thanksgiving or at least the week of.
And look at the lights and just be that. Come on.
Oh, they already have it up. But we're going to talk about Thanksgiving here in a little bit. But do we want to do Thanksgiving or exposure talk first, Paul?
Let's get some exposure stuff out of the way here.
All right.
We're hitting it, and people are wondering, and here we are. The draft is done. Mm-hmm. It is done. And be looking for an email. If not first tomorrow morning, the first of the week, we should be over the weekend. We'll send an email that will list who is in the embassy. Keep in mind, about 750 people that did things right, unfortunately, will not be in the embassy, but you'll be close, and we'll try to do the best we can by you, because hotels are becoming a bit scarce these days.
Yeah, they are becoming very scarce. Just know that at this point, we're not sure we can guarantee you if you want to add people at the end a spot. We are packed out, and that is using 5 hotels. Is that correct, Paul?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is correct.
5 and possibly a 6th one.
We're going to need a 6th one.
Yeah.
So. And you may think, oh, wow, 6 hotels. It's really crazy big. No, we just have a lot of hotels that don't want to give a lot of rooms. And so that's part of the issue as well. Our number is probably right around 2,300, which is almost a return from when COVID first hit, or the year before COVID first hit. So that's the case. John did make a good point, and we do need to communicate this to everybody, that if you have changes, additions are fine. Additions are fine.
Yes.
The registration at this point for new people are $225. But here's the deal. If you have someone not going and someone who now wants to go, that's an even swap. There's no need for that. We would love to have those names before Friday. Wait a minute. Today's Friday. We would love those names today. So they will reflect on the name badges, but after today, there's no guarantee for shirts or name badges. But we can have you to come in here. If you do need to make changes to stuff on there, we need to let you know. Please send an email to EYC@ministryleague.com. I'll say it again, and Caleb, if you'll put that in the show notes, that'd be awesome. EYC@ministryleague.com. If you have to make changes to names, that's fine. Any changes at all, that is the email you send to at this point and forevermore. EYC@ministryleague.com, and we'll be able to make those changes for you. If you're adding people, I hope you have the rooms, as John mentioned, because there's just not a lot of space left to be able to do a lot of that. So please make that known and let us know that.
Well, and we'll say this, Paul, it's not that we're not going to try to get you a room. It's just because of it's the time in which we live in right now, guys. And
someone please hand John his soapbox. That'd be great.
No, my soapbox, don't get me started.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you're right.
It's just the world in which we live right now. And so we will be trying to get you into a room. Just we want you to know that up front.
For sure. Yeah, I guess that's it, right? EYC@ministryleague.com. Any changes right now would be great. At this point, all your checks, hopefully if you send them, you sent them to 1630 Piedmont Road, Marietta, Georgia, 30066.
Which everybody's done pretty well this year. I got to give you props. Well. Everybody's done pretty well this year.
There's probably about 10 checks sent to Birmingham.
Yeah.
And to be fair, that was on the packet. So the digital packet, but
and one to Montgomery.
And of course, there's always one.
So it'd be 2.
There's that. Yeah. Probably 3. But that is where we are. As far as paying for things, you might as well after Thanksgiving just save your check and bring it when you come at that point. No more credit card charges. Don't even go back to the registration. It's not even open anymore. So that is it. Again, adding people is $225 at this point. Swapping out Doesn't cost you anything, but please send an email to that email address, EYC@ministryleague.com, and we'll change those names as we can. But once we send off the name badges, no guarantees.
And we do want, yes, and that's what we were about to say, and make sure everybody understands is that if you change, there's not a guarantee you're going to get at least one with your name on it, the name badge with your name on it. We will have some extra, and we can write it in with a Sharpie and everything else like that. But yeah, we just got to order things, Paul. In fact, T-shirt order is in.
T-shirt order,
or is that today?
Yeah, it's being sent out today.
Yeah.
So today's it.
And everybody, cross your fingers.
Hope that stamp makes it.
That's right. It'll be all right. So, but we're excited because Paul, you did bring up a second ago, and I kind of want to do this with everybody that's on the, to be honest, I don't know if any of us on the board knew exactly what this year was going to look like numbers wise and how it was all going to end up. Yeah, Johnny, the big group from Paintsville will be there. Can't wait to see everybody. I got to talk to Craig the other day. Him and I were texting a little bit back and forth, but it is, none of us knew what to expect between 2019 and 2020 with everything that we were going with. And I think I picked the lowest number and you picked the highest number. Did you pick the highest number?
I had 2150 probably.
Okay.
So I definitely missed it.
But we are at basically 78-80% of where we were in 2019. And that is amazing recovery. Mm-hmm. That is amazing thing. And it's during a week. And so, which always affects our numbers a little bit when it's during the week versus going over on a weekend. So we're excited. That means the South Hall is going to be packed and just really can't wait to see everybody.
So the seating arrangements for eating is about the same as it was last year. There'll be 2 different eating times and we'll have the rounds all over the place in the South Hall. And so enjoy that. We're not saying you have to sit at the table with your group. It's probably best if you do, but it's whatever. The worship area is going to be set up like it was in 2019. It's not set up for
seats.
Sorry,
right.
You want to quarantine, you might want to stay home. So that's something to appreciate. That's going to happen. There are no masks there are no mandatory masks. Let me say that. If you are not vaccinated and you are nervous and you want to wear a mask, please wear them.
Yes.
We'll have them on hand.
Yep.
We'll have them on hand. So we encourage you to wear them, but we're not going to get you if you don't. So please be prepared for that. Be okay with that.
Right. And it's going to be, please be patient because everybody's coming back in. I know everybody's going to be excited and ready to go. So we'll have some more things about it and some little things that, some technical things and some logistical things coming closer. But I'm sure we will have a show probably, I don't know, in another couple of weeks that will deal with all the speakers, teachers, and any logistic things that we're going to be doing.
Yeah, I would say the next couple of weeks. Definitely, because December gets on us pretty fast. And as a board, we'll be meeting again the next week or two on some things as well. And so any last minute questions or anything you may have, get to us as soon as you can. Remember that both John and I are on Twitter and find us there. And I think also on Instagram for John, you have at John Podine and at the Paul Sperlin. And so we're there for you whenever we can.
I love how you put the definite article in the front of your name.
Well, let's make sure I know. There's a few. There's a few. So I had to make sure they know that this is.
You know what? I don't have to worry about it. There's not another John Podine in the United States that I know of. So I think we're fine.
Maybe not.
So I think we're good.
That's funny.
But Paul, we are grateful. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, well done.
Well, we're done already.
Let's get into the meat of today.
Yeah.
This is interesting, and hopefully you did send us a tweet about some things that you're thankful for, or send us an email about things you're thankful for. If you didn't, here's the time. Go ahead and post it. And there's going to be a list of things that you're thankful for, and so let's go ahead and.
I don't even have a TikTok, Frodo. So.
So we will Yeah, I don't either. Sorry, I'm not one of those cool guys.
If one of you are cool and you'd like to do a countdown, exposure's coming.
I'll tell you what, if you do that, we will, and you make it where we can share it on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, then we will share that on the big exposure thing.
And guess what? If you're coming to exposure, we will get you a this year exposure T-shirt.
We will.
If you do this for us.
If you do this, we'll get you a red one. It's gonna be great.
Oh goodness.
Red. Good color. All right, John. What are some things that you're thankful for? What are some things that the world is thankful for? What are some things that we should mention here as we get started on this this Thanksgiving show?
Chris is throwing it in there already. That salvation, thanks, Chris. You killed our show already. We're done. Had a good show, Paul. We'll talk to you.
That was good.
Absolutely. Salvation in Christ alone. That's awesome. Because that's absolutely the truth. Without that, we don't have anything more or less. You know what, Paul? There's a lot of things to be grateful for. I mean, you and I have had big years this year where we've changed locations and employment. Somewhat employment. I just have two places. You've changed complete employment.
You slowly back away, and some of us just strip off those Band-Aids.
And so, but yeah, Paul, I'm grateful that we are, at least we've gotten back to normal-ish in our world, that we are interacting with each other. We're learning how to deal with this stupid virus and be able to kind of have some things that actually leads up for exposure going on, going further. And so, I mean, just the fact that we can kind of get back on together and live our lives, because, for a little while there, it felt like,
Oh, for sure. I think there's some things that everybody wants to list in their thankful list.
Sure.
Start with God. It's almost like we're not, but we're sports. Your average sports hero, if they're a smart guy, they'll say, "Well, first of all, I want to thank God and my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ." And Chris Holly did it perfectly just now. Yeah. And that is truly, I mean, that is the very essence of our being. We wouldn't be here without God, and we wouldn't have anything to be thankful for without him. And we're literally on this earth because of him, and about spreading his word and spreading who he is, so that he brought us here so we can return to him one day. And so that obviously is something that we're all thankful for. And thankful, people are thankful, and I'm thankful for my family, my friends.
Oh, absolutely.
Things like that. Those are big things that I'm thankful for. I'm kind of neat that you mentioned about opportunities we now have after COVID. I'm thankful that things are opened up, like you said. I mean, that's really good stuff. I'm thankful for. I know it's going to get gushy in here, and I'm probably going to break all the rules here. But
oh Lord, here we go.
I'm sorry. I am thankful for Stephanie. I'm thankful for my wife. I'm thankful for my kids. They are as different two children could possibly be, but they're both precious. And without Stephanie, I don't know how we could do what we do. And so I'm thankful for them. And John, I'm thankful for you.
Oh my word! Did he really just get there?
Our friend, our people, John. We have a large circle of people we do know. We do. And the circle gets smaller of people we hang out with, and it gets smaller of people we talk to, and there's a lot of really good people where we are now. In Georgia, we've created a new, and there's already there, but we're a part of this network in this area we're at, and like our area wide last Sunday night, people here are still talking about it, and I don't know, it's special. It's a special. We made the right choice, I think, in moving to a state I've never lived in before.
I've tried to tell you this for years to come to Georgia.
You did. I didn't
tried to tell you there was a reason why, But and I agree with that, Paul. I mean, we all get to meet people. There are people that come in and out of our lives, and there are things that we are thankful for. We miss some of those people that are out of our lives that
for sure.
are gone. But but we're also thankful for the new people that we get to meet and have and build these relationships with. I mean, I'm thankful that I have now interacted with biological family and being able to see all that. And really, okay, well, there you go, Brandon. Brandon gets to watch soccer, aka foreign football, with everything there. Yeah. So, so I'm grateful. We all got people that we have now met in our lives. I've gotten back interacting with the people here in Calhoun that I knew before, and my elders that I have, and Johnny and Marisha and McKenna and all them that I'm living with, and Juliet down in Orlando, and all of these other people all around that are meeting that, and some are new acquaintances, some are old acquaintances, and so we're all just kind of getting back together. And so, Thanksgiving is definitely going to take on a different theme this year around my life and home life here and everything else, being back in Georgia. And so it'll be awesome.
It's cool. I'm thankful for these opportunities we're being given.
Connie's watching.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'll actually be with her in a couple of weeks. Cool. Psych 3 came out last. Brandon has gotten it all over the place.
So I'm thankful for my parents, my family. Mm-hmm. I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for Gail. I'm thankful for how she loves us and she loves what we do, and she came on board and was a part of what we're doing with Ministry League, and Dale and Caleb and Larry Washington, and then the people that are helping us, and not just them, but the 60-something other people that you find on our website. This isn't a plug. This is about special people who are doing ministry all over the place and sharing God's word. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for my Piedmont Road family. From my elders and that check on me.
Right.
I had one this morning that he checks on me often. I'm thankful for that.
That's what we get with the church, Paul. We kind of get this relationship where you get a check. I mean, the other day when I was down there, now I feel like your secretary, I can just joke around just as much as anything else with Kelly. And I'm just like, oh, this is going to be good. And then, of course, with all of us getting together, we did get some work done on Tuesday. I should say we didn't get anything.
Absolutely we did.
But poor Jake. Jake's the odd man out.
I am thankful that Jake is back in town. Let me just say this. One person cannot minister or be a minister by themselves with this church. You cannot do it. You cannot.
Right.
I got to say that. I got to say I'm thankful for brother from another mother. Of course, you're the same because you have another mother. But it's all a story. We get that later.
That's a long story there.
A lot of stories there. A lot of things we thankful for, John. But yeah, I just appreciate Jake's soundness, and I appreciate his friendship, and to be here to work with him. And now that he's back, and it's good.
Now that he's back.
Seen much this week. I've had a little virus I've been dealing with, stomach virus, but hopefully we're back in action now.
So. Oh man, for sure. And you know what? It's just there are so many things when you look at it. I asked my class last Sunday, we were talking about all this stuff, is what are some things you're thankful for? And of course, they're going around doing everything. I said, do you ever think about thankful for the changes and losses and different things that may not have gone? Look at Gail.
Oh, she's sweet.
That's so sweet. She takes care of us. I'm so glad you made the switch to StreamYard.
What difference does that make?
I don't know.
Is it Jonathan Sanford? You watch this show?
It was. Look at there.
We got a celebrity.
We're still working on it. I know, Jonathan.
He needs to be here right now.
He is. He's the one who needs to be doing this.
I know.
He's the celebrity that's out there, the voice of the Houston Rockets now.
How
out
awesome
there doing basketball. I'm looking at him on Facebook, Paul, and he's like, it's a Sunday. He's finished church. And he's like, oh, I'm just going to go in here and say a couple things.
I wonder if he ever gets in the pulpit and forgets he's not sitting at the basketball court. Welcome to worship this morning. I mean, I can't even do it. He's incredible.
Absolutely.
Fierce. I mean, I'm scared. I'm like, what?
If you are friends with Jonathan Sanford, if you're not, Jonathan, I don't know if your Facebook's open for people. You need to go and look and see some of the videos that he puts up, like when he's doing the announcing or stuff like this. It is like, I'm like, oh, I got chills. Oh, how does he do that?
So he preaches at 9 a.m. and then he calls the game at 1. And I just oh man,
it's awesome. It really
I've known him a long time. He and I took Bible classes together at IBC.
What is that when it was called IBC way back then?
And awesome guy.
Yeah.
Great preacher. A credit to the state of Texas. I'll say that. Listen to Alabama boy to Texas, but he Jonathan, just a great guy.
Yeah.
I am thankful for Jonathan Sanford.
In case you didn't know that.
There's that.
Paul, there's so many people, though, and this is where you know when your life is blessed and that you are blessed was when you have trouble being able to just try to get everybody in to it. And we have a blessed life, Paul. We get to do what we're doing here. We get to go do what we're going to do in about a month. And everything. I was listing out the other day my schedule for the next IBC was the place to be back then. I was listing out my schedule for the next month, far as like youth conferences and different things going on. And basically it's packed from starting in exposure, which is always kind of time to start it, till June. Yeah. Of course, then June's camp. So it may be July. I'll calm down for a minute, but because we got to go to London. So never mind.
We get to go to London.
We get to go to London.
It's gonna be great.
I'm excited.
I'm thankful for London. Okay, there's that. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be able to go anywhere we can go.
I'm thankful for our British cousins.
Oh, no. VJ
and Tanuja.
Twin from another mother.
Yeah. You got a lot of brothers from another mother.
I do. I got a lot of brothers from another mother. Yeah, for sure.
I am thankful that Dan Mullen finally fired Todd Grantham. Can I say that? Is that allowed to be said on the show here today?
If that's not a segue into the next thing, I don't know what it is. That's funny.
Oh, Brandon, I'm working on it. But the problem is, Brandon, us trying to do a British accent, it interferes. Our Southern drawl and accent that we have interferes, and it sounds.
We were good at it when we left. But it's been too long. It's been over a year now, year and a half.
It's been over.
So it's it's been so long. And
but it's a British accent with a Southern drawl.
It's awful. It's like we're the worst actors ever.
I'm working on my Spanish, Paul, and I have a Southern drawl with it, and it's like I'm adding syllables.
It slows everything down.
I caught myself the other Sunday. I was preaching. I caught myself, and something came out, and I was like,
"Something came out."
I was like, "That's a new word for the Southern."
What came out, John?
Nothing bad, Paul. Don't worry. Not like you the other day.
The way you said, "Oh, I know." Sometimes that's different. But God knows I'm imperfect. That's okay.
No, I kept blending like 2 or 3 words together. It was perfect. It was a great Southern moment right there. With everything.
But it's the struggle is real when you're over there, and they say, "I want to hear you talk," and I'm like, "That's funny because I want to hear you talk."
I want to hear you talk. Please come through.
It sounds so
it's like going up to somebody in Boston, and they're like, "Do you want to get in the car?
Go for a walk?"
And then they're just like, nothing's a Coke there. Everything is everything else. Hold on, Brandon throwing something else in here. They absolutely have different accents.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you get up toward the north.
Oh yeah, it becomes a bit Irish, as John's trying to.
That's my Southern Irish coming out there.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Not at all.
Top of the morning to you, laddies.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, it's really digressed.
I am. Yeah, I want to stop you there. I am because you're now talking about doggies. I think I don't know. I want to thank Chuck and Luke. Let me tell you who Chuck and Luke are.
Yes, please do.
Chuck Scarborough redid my bathroom at my house. When we moved into this house, it was a Brady Bunch 1970s look. And he modernized that thing with hardwood floor and white and just really did a phenomenal job. I'm thankful for Chuck for doing that for me. He is the preacher at the Central Church in Smyrna. And Chuck at Scarborough is a top-notch dude. And if you are in the metro Atlanta area, he's a great guy for that. Let me just say that. Luke is my drywall guy. And he is finishing up my studio at the house. And I'm going to do some other things for me. And he's also a great guy, Luke Garcia. If you need these guys' numbers, I'll give them to you. They're both top of their work, what they do, and they're just really good guys. So,
are they at the top of their work, Paul?
They are. They're at the top of their work there, Johnny boy.
Is that more of a pirate than it is?
I think so. I think my Irish goes pirate, and so I think that's what happens there for sure.
And he's out.
I don't think so funny, but okay.
Oh my goodness gracious. We have
I'm
seriously lost it this morning.
I'm trying to keep my face as you know, we need a spicy show.
We needed a good show like this. Everything has been serious for so long. We needed this. We needed it because you know what? It is. It's Thanksgiving. We got Christmas. We got New Year's.
We got lights.
We got
lights, but hey, it's okay.
We got lights and speakers coming to Exposure. It's all great. It's a great time to be thankful.
Welcome to United States of America. It's time to talk about Christmas in November.
That's right. That's right. You may not get any presents, but it's okay because
who cares? Drive by Main Street. It's gonna be great.
Oh goodness gracious, Paul!
Our Main Street has got lights everywhere. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, we're doing our tree lighting here Sunday. Trying to think of the date here.
I don't know why. Why is everything funny?
No.
Everything is funny now. We got lights and speakers. We're getting fancy. Oh,
they're different type of lights and speakers.
The next thing you'll be asking is why don't you just hang them from the ceiling? I don't know. Why not?
We may just hang it all from the ceiling.
Who knows? When y'all come in the South Hall for the first time, you should look up and just wonder what's dangling.
You know what I want, Paul? Can we start Exposure this year like us repelling? I'm sure Lonnie can set something up for us, like zip lining into the front stage, you know, like have Dale on the stage talking and then me and you just come like zip line in. Can we do that?
That sounds cool, but I think I just peed a little bit because I'm scared.
Oh, I'll ask Harris.
Oh,
yes,
Harris would do it. Harris,
yes,
we do it. Forget that.
Well, you know,
he just appear. He go poof. There he is.
In case nobody knows, and Brandon, I don't know. I guess we haven't announced.
He knows.
He does know. Brandon better know. Yeah, Harris will be there on the 28th. He is our entertainment this year. Is Harris the third illusionist, magician, whatever. I don't know what you call him. But he's listed in there. So I spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of time talking with him on the phone recently, and so I'm excited. I haven't never been able to see a show, so I'm excited. And if he makes it snow in there, we're gonna sing "I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas." That's all I got to say.
Could he do that?
It'll be like 2 or 3 days after Christmas.
Brandon, can he do that? Let's do that. I like the snow. Let's do the snow.
So
that'll be good.
So it'll be Harris is the man. Totally pumped. Cool. John, do it. Keep
John just hanging in the ceiling.
Hey, look,
Lonnie, don't worry, John. You're coming down soon. Don't worry, it'll be fine.
Lonnie will do it. All we gotta do is call Lonnie.
Lonnie has done it. Are you kidding me?
I know he has. We did at the
Horn. Yeah.
What is that?
That's the theater where the story conference happens.
Oh, okay.
It's amazing. Oh, it's an amazing building.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
We digress in there. But you know what? We needed it because this week in sports ball, there's really hardly a lot to talk about.
Not really.
You know, we got the week off before your big rivalry games kick in.
The coaching carousel is like off the stinking hook.
And I'm afraid it's going to get worse here in the next 3 weeks.
I think this is literally the worst. It's by worse. There's more options and openings and going to be openings, I think, than ever in the history of NCAA football.
I'm telling you, there's one peg that's going to have to drop. And you know as well as I do, once that first big peg drops, that's when it's going to fly. You think?
I know you're probably thinking Jimbo, but I think it's also Riley.
Yep. Yeah. And Riley, if what reports are saying that I read the other day are true, that is true. FSU did win. Kind of makes me scared for next week, but we'll talk about that next week. Because we won't have a show on Friday.
The Thanksgiving stuff.
I know. This is great.
It's funny.
Oh, I got something in my eye. I can't get it out.
Pretty though. Thanks.
I honestly thought there was a good chance Jimbo going to LSU, but if reports are true that LSU has offered Riley $12 million a year.
Yeah, and but LSU is backing up the Brinks.
Oh, I've got to call you back. This is that doctor calling you. Good luck talking. I'll be back in a minute.
Well, you better hurry, or I'm gonna close this show down in a hurry. We do have some things happening as far as the coaching carousel goes, as we're now into football. Yes, Florida State did win, and that is worth talking about. Miami, have they made their announcement yet? I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they're now looking for another coach. And they have already been in discussions with Lane Kiffin, and Lano is not saying no to the discussions on that, and so that's something to consider. So LSU is trying to get Riley from Oklahoma. USC has their guy. I don't know if he's been announced yet. Aranda. What's that guy's name? I don't know. Anyway, Miami wanting Lane Kiffin. Va Tech is now open. Virginia Tech is open. Mel Tucker just got a new contract with Michigan State. After 3 years of being a head football coach, suddenly he's the $75 million man on a 10-year contract, which is crazy because he hasn't really had a winning season till now, and he's playing Ohio State this Saturday. So, Mel Tucker, you need to sign that thing now, just in case things don't go well this weekend, because I'm afraid that you could have the doors knocked off of you, because Ohio State has something to answer to there. Yes, Prairie View, you're right. Juliet puts us up and lets us know that Texas A&M up against the Big Bad Prairie View, and Florida getting a new coach. Did they make their announcement, Juliet? Let me know. This is now the Juliet and Paul show, which is fine. She sits right there and comes right in here where John can't be there and helps me out here. That's awesome. Let's see. So you have Jimbo possibly getting a raise at Texas A&M. I'd love to know the Texas A&M folks. Okay. I don't think anything's been announced yet on Mullen. I think they're going to wait and see what happens on that. So, yeah, that's true. There's fewer people staying than there is people that are going, and it is crazy on that. I do have some games I do want to talk about. Of course, Juliet mentioned the Big Bad Prairie View State Tech Poly game against Texas A&M, and so that's definitely one to be looking at and considering. Also, we have number 7 Michigan State going in to take on Ohio State, as we just mentioned, and then of course number 21 Arkansas going to T-Town taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide. Anytime you play in the SEC, it's a big game. And that's interesting. The portals for ministers. I think that has already been a thing. And then the one I'm curious about the most, I wouldn't know what to do as far as a pick goes here, but I'm curious, and that is number 13 Wake Forest going to take on the unranked. How far have they fallen? Clemson Tigers.
I picked the Demon Deacons.
Okay. Does Nike still have their contract with Uagulie? The quarterback at
Clemson? I don't know. See, that's what I don't like about this NIL thing.
It was $1 million contract, John.
Yeah, it is, and he gets it for playing like garbage.
I guess so.
I mean, Clemson. I don't know where to go for Clemson. I don't know what it's going to look like for them. But this year, I know that all Clemson fans are probably just ready for the year to be done.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of teams that are ready to be done, is Mullen gonna survive?
Well, see, there you go. What happened to Clemson? I mean, let me discuss Florida here first, and then we can get in that Clemson discussion because I know you wanted to talk about it, especially with Alabama playing them the last few years. I'm not sure. Rumor is he will be. Everybody's putting up the front that is setting up. He has canceled all of his like special speaking. The night. You know how coaches do radio shows and stuff like this, and so people are speculating that means he's out at the end of the year. I don't know. He did fire Grantham and Hevesy. I will tell you this: if they look like garbage and lose to Missouri, and then follow up with a loss to FSU, I don't see how he stays. There will be a huge revolt.
Yeah.
Ever since the shoe throwing incident last year, it has been downhill, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what he lost the team. It started really with
he didn't tell the guy to throw the shoe.
No,
he sure didn't try to say it was wrong.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know with Florida. He's losing the fan base now. And so he still has the media, which is funny. The media is still pumping him pretty good. Mm-hmm. But I don't know from that end. But from the fan base, what I can read and see and everything else like this, it is it's interesting.
Clemson has lost its D-line. Last year that they graduated out, and it's I can't recall the defensive coordinator's name, but he's been there forever and has had plenty of opportunities to go the places he should have gone when he had the chance. I like Dabo. I think he's a good coach. I just don't think that the recruiting is showing. Well, you can't keep it up forever. I mean, can you? I mean, I don't think you can. I mean, Alabama doesn't win the national championship every single year. Now they're usually at least in the top 5, top 10. So there's that. So Clemson, they fell, and they fell huge. But they lost a lot of key people. This quarterback has not turned out to develop like I thought that he would.
Right.
You got your running back you left last year, Etienne, and so you lost a lot of key people. Renfro finished his 10th year in college ranks, so he finally went to pros, and so that was kind of a joke, but because he's there forever. But they lost key people, and do you lose too many without replacing them? These things happen.
Yeah, I think you nailed something. I still remember back in the time when Will Muschamp was hired at Florida, and I almost said Faulkner.
You almost did. We've hired him.
No, good night. He dropped so many F-bombs. That would be great to hear at on the Faulkner sideline, because he's so loud.
They don't need that.
No, but he kept calling it, and that's really when you really got to hear the push of the line of scrimmage league, talking about the SEC being a line of scrimmage league with offensive, defensive line. And I think really that's what you see with Clemson. I think you see that when you lose that much. Alabama's just been able to have it because you got next man up, and they've been really good. Yeah, Brandon, I just seeing in there about that his it really is impressive with Alabama's recruiting to be able to reload, and I think that's what you're seeing. I think Clemson is going to take another 2 years probably to get the people in there to build it back up. And what you see at Clemson, and it, I guess it does say more about Alabama than it does Clemson or anything like this, is the fact that they could keep it going. Because most programs, it's about a 4 to 6 year swing in there, and then they go down, and then they got to build it back up, which is kind of what's happened at Clemson. My Ole Miss Rebels are rolling this year. We are going to beat Vandy and be 9-2. Maybe Chase. Well, I mean, Vandy. You don't know. Vandy may come out and do a math problem on you or something like that. You know what I mean?
Ole Miss does not need to worry about Vandy. Are you kidding me right now? Ole Miss needs to worry about keeping their coach. That's what they need to do.
I think Lane is perfect at Ole Miss. I think Lane is perfect at Ole Miss, and I don't think he needs to go anywhere. I think it fits him. I don't think, and I'm not saying Ole Miss is not a major program, so Chase, don't come shoot me when I see you next. I'm not saying Ole Miss is not a major program, but it's not an Alabama.
He said stop it.
I know Alabama, Georgia right now or whatever. I don't think Lane's thing works there. I think it works in Oxford, Mississippi. That's why I think he's perfect where he is. Leave him alone.
That does not mean, and Chase doesn't like hearing this, that does not mean, okay, well, you better, because his personality, the way he carries himself, the way he handles himself, is the 1990s killer Miami machine.
It is.
It is.
And there's coming a job opening in Miami.
Alumni. And he has connections to recruits there. And he has a house there. I mean, Ole Miss has always been sort of a traditional, I'm not going to say a square kind of guy, but someone that knows the program, knows and loves the school, knows and loves the state, and wants to beat Mississippi State. You know, that's usually been the case. Lane Kiffin, you have to admit, even Chase has to admit this, that Lane Kiffin is a little different than what they're used to. Now, he's bringing offense like crazy and done some crazy, awesome things, and will continue to do so if he stays. I just don't know that he would be hesitant, about going to an opportunity to be big time and Hollywood style.
Well, and it would, and they have beaches and Pitbull. So they do. So let me ask you this, Paul. Is Miami considered a better job than Ole Miss?
I hate you asked that question.
I know I did. I put you on the spot to get in front of Chase. So
today, Ole Miss is the better job. I think because Lane Kiffin is there, and the things, his recruiting and his mindset toward the offense. I think, yeah, all in all, that's kind of where we are on that. I think.
Can the U get back to being the U?
I mean, they're going to need some aggressive recruiting and some aggressive PR.
And he was down there, so he has some relationships because he was where at FAU, FIU.
Yeah, he's got a house down there.
Ole Miss is a better job. We have more money. Let's see if money talks.
Sorry. I love you, Chase. There is more money in Miami. Sorry. You have a lot.
SEC money. That is true. There is an SEC money.
Well, that's true too. That's true.
That is true with the contracts and everything else coming in. I will tell you.
I'm just telling you.
Let me tell you this, Paul. The thing that gets me, Miami is the Florida, the SEC. Ole Miss is yeah. Yeah.
Good call.
That's probably a good call in there. It's that these are flagship programs that maybe just can't get the right thing, but if you ever get the right thing, that's what Bear Bryant used to say about Florida all the time, is they ever got the right coach, watch out. They were kind of like a sleeping giant. Then they got Spurrier, and that's what really put Florida on the map.
Now, I think if Lane Kiffin stays at Mississippi, I think he'll do some really good things. I really do.
What about the Virginia Tech job? Well, I'm hearing.
You tell us you're there.
Well, yeah, Dean, you're there. Let me tell you one name I've heard to go. And this is if something happens, is Dan Mullen to Virginia Tech. That's the name I keep hearing with that surrounding that thing. If Mullen gets let go to Virginia Tech. Here's the thing, and I want to get your question on this before we end the show, Paul, is I heard a national commentator say LSU is a better job than Oklahoma. I was shocked at that.
I've heard that too, and I'll tell you why.
Completely shocked at that.
They are now in the SEC. They're not coming in. They're already here. They're already getting that money. I mean, have you seen the facilities there?
Yeah, y'all keep dreaming over there.
Then
you will lose your coach to
no, he's messing with me.
I
it's
know he is.
It's all good. I love him. But yeah, I think LSU, the facilities, the way they upgraded that the campus, the opportunity for the players at LSU is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I think Oklahoma can match anything LSU does financial wise, but right now, yeah, I think LSU has an opportunity for recruiting and everything. They're close, but one's in the SEC right now. The other one,
I was just blown away. I was shocked that they were flat, just like, yes, LSU is a better job than Oklahoma. And I'm like, wow. Now, that would probably rock his world walking in to play a night game at Death Valley.
Yeah. I'd like to speak to something real quick before we leave here. That was just mentioned about the comparison of Alabama. And we haven't said much about Alabama, and they play Arkansas this week. They probably should win. Yeah. They also should have beat another team they played this year. But anyway, so it's a game in the SEC. It matters.
What team is that?
The Alabama team this year is not the Alabama team of last year.
It's not.
Please stop hanging your hat on, we beat Alabama. You did not beat Devontae Smith. You did not beat Mac Jones. You did not beat the mature defense and offense they had last year. It was incredible. It was incredible. I mean, no one made them work for hardly anything. And so it's a younger team. It's a younger situation. And as I said before, Nick Saban is the greatest of all time. He has more wins than anybody else. He's got more national championships than anybody else, but he doesn't win every year. And the reason why is because you have to rebuild. And I realize some teams take, 5-10 years to try to rebuild back. And it seems to take Saban not as long. Recruiting is so crazy, okay? Because the recruiting is so crazy and crazy good that they can do that. But they are not where they need to be right now. And honestly, I don't know if you've seen the line yet, the Vegas line, Georgia -3 against Alabama, rightfully so. And probably
-3 on a neutral site?
Yes. So that's where we are. And if they beat Alabama in Atlanta, I mean, I'm not going to be shocked.
Chase, I've been on your side, man. I've been on your side with this keeping Lane at Ole Miss, and then you have to. We're a dumpster fire right now.
I'm just saying, you got to do some stuff. His house is in Miami anyway.
Florida is a dumpster fire right now. I will say that, Jason. Yes, they do. Trust me, there's a lot of Gator fans crying for that at this moment. Oh.
No, she's a sweetie. What a good job.
Well,
I have enjoyed this show. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for Caleb. I'm thankful for the opportunity to do this show, be a part of Ministry League, but just so many things, just all over again, everything that was so great in our life, things the way that God's blessed us. So, John, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Man, no, Paul. I see Chase says, love you guys. We love you too. We love all you out there. We are thankful for you for joining us and doing it. You kind of keep us going and doing the show, even when there's not a lot of stuff going on. We will try to make it snow at Exposure Youth Camp. That would be great. You realize, I guess, when's the last time it snowed at Exposure?
It's been a while.
It may be.
It's been a while.
2000. It's the last time it actually snowed. I remember we played football. Were you there the year when we were at the Space and Rocket Center? It was Exposure's 3rd year, so that would have been 2000. I don't know. Were you in Huntsville then? I don't know if you would have come or whatever. Yeah, because we went over to Madison Academy and did stuff, and went over to the Space and Rocket Center and watched a Serengeti movie on IMAX or something like that. And we played. It was. It was. We played football in the snow out there. Not that I would play football now because all of us are falling apart. So I'm thankful that I'm here for this year so far.
For the Ministry League and for Caleb Sampson, who is producing this great show. Thank you for that. John Podine, they don't come much better, folks. My name is Paul Sperlin. This has been the John and Paul Show. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you so very much. We're thankful for you and for all of us. We hope you have a great weekend. Take care. Have a great Thanksgiving, and God bless.